Hey everybody, Fatbird Finds here. This is Laura with Fatbird Finds, and welcome back to this channel, Fatbird Finds Crafting. Today is going to be an easy junk journaling session. I'm working in a no-sew composition book, and it is inspired by Leah at Thrifty Day. And we're just going to do a layout here to go with the Thrifty Day Summer Bingo Challenge. As you can see here, I have started the challenge, and on the left right there are all of the challenge prompts, and we can just pick and choose. You know, it's a very casual, laid back challenge, and it's just to inspire us and to make us use our creativity to do something a little different. Thought I would show you the planning page. I did this with some collage soup, leftover scraps. Love that company, and I love their product, and that turned out really great. And so on the back then, I'm going to go ahead and today I'm going to do challenge number 3, which is called Stamp It Out. So the nice part about the challenge, like I said, it's casual. You can pick and choose and put them anywhere in anything, in any journal, and then just mark it off your list, and that's how you play the bingo part. So Stamp It Out, I'm going to use a couple of interpretations. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to use the literal interpretation. Well, what I think is the literal one is old school stamps. You know, ink them up, stamp them on your paper. This little texture stamp set comes from Stampin' Up, and I just picked it up in a YouTube craft sale for a couple of dollars. And I was excited to get to use them. There's several different ones in the package, and I'm going to go with the same teal color ink, but then I'm just going to cover the whole entire 2-page spread with the different stamps. So more is more in the junk journaling process. I think that's kind of, I guess you'd say, a general rule of thumb. For most people, the term junk journaling, you know, tells you that there's going to be a lot of stuff and a lot of junk and a lot of cuteness and a lot of goodness on the pages. So I'm going to start with this crazy background, and that way I can use my stamps and also, you know, not leave very much white space, as little as possible. I am going to tell you the truth here. I am having trouble covering the white space. So in the future, this is probably not the choice that I will make again for a background. It was a little time consuming, and also it didn't really cover the white space. In the future, I would go with like some neutral colored, you know, junky scraps, and then do my stamping over that. In the future, I won't try to stamp over the white pages to make the whole covered background, because it wasn't ideal for that. But in this case, I do think it turns out pretty cute. Junk journaling is definitely an embrace the process type of craft. So good for mental health purposes, because you're just doing some repetition, some mindless creating, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm really embracing the process. I'm enjoying it. I'm not liking what it looks like in the beginning, but as you can just see here, I kind of fast forwarded a little bit, and now it's really starting to fill in. So there's just like a satisfaction that you get with the whole process. And then all of a sudden you kind of surprise yourself at the end with what it all comes together to look like. I love this stamp right here. That's so cool. I decided to show it to you guys up close and personal. But yes, I'm dealing with the challenge of covering the white space, and I can't, the anticipation of what it's going to look like when you get finished is so much a part of the fun of it. And I think the part that is so good mental health wise, to relax you, just to provide some fun surprises and entertainment along the way. You get your creative juices going. I really enjoyed this. So as I'm finishing up covering the background, I will go ahead and talk about the rest of my vision for this page. And as you can see on the left, I've got a stack of Happy Mail. Again, with Thrifty Day, the previous challenge, before the bingo challenge, the previous activity was a spring card exchange. And that was so much fun. You guys, I loved it. There was stuff in my P.O. box every day. And so I wanted to start using all of that goodness. And so I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to take the stamps off of the envelopes and use it on the Stamp It Out page. So then I'll have stamping, as you normally think about stamping. And then I'll also have stamps on top of that to have another interpretation of the theme. I probably ended up with, I don't know, more than 50 card exchange envelopes full of goodness. So when you see me, doing these layouts and stuff and having little random pieces, they probably came from that exchange. So this will be a good memento of my first card exchange with the Thrifty Day group. And I can go back and just enjoy that. And, you can't keep the stack of envelopes around forever. So this will be a really good way to piece it out and highlight that fun exchange. Oh, I'm just noticing, you can see here that I used a piece of wrapping paper underneath the pages to keep from stamping onto my work surface or other pages. So be sure that always when you're working in your planner, it's good to put a piece of parchment paper or, like this, the scrap paper and everything, because you don't want to make a mess on something that you're, not intending to use. And by the way, look how cute it looks. It kind of matches. That makes me happy. It's the little things, right, ladies, that make us, enjoy this process so much. It's really coming together now. The background's really shaping up, and we are getting ready to move along to start putting down the junk itself. I'm so happy to have discovered the junk journaling community through Leah at Thrifty Day. And she's very inspiring, and she's very, she's very encouraging because she encourages you to just play. And so that's what I hope that you get from this video. It's fun to just let go and just put it all down. It doesn't have to be any sort of masterpiece. It's just the fun of the process. And that's why I love this idea of this junk journal planner. You can use it as sort of just like a playground. Nobody's going to go through and look at it like it's supposed to be some masterful, memory keeping book. It's just yours. It's just your little journal. Nobody may ever see it besides you. You're just gonna play in it, explore new techniques, just like I'm doing today. I've never stamped like that before, and I've never used stamps in a layout, so I don't know what it's going to end up looking like, but it sure is fun. And I'm really enjoying the process, and it's making it more enjoyable for me to keep a calendar. I'm not good at keeping up with a calendar for some reason. So this makes it way more fun and more fun to look at. So I'm just thoroughly enjoying this process and this book so much. And I just wanted to share it with you today. So now then I'm going to, of course, I'm going to intermingle other junk I'm doing air quotes. You can't see me, but that's what I'm doing. Other junk in my junk journal layout. So I'm going to use all the stamps that look good. And then this is a really cute postcard. This was a spring card exchange. So I had a lot of springy, little Eastery kind of images. But it's okay. It doesn't, just because it's seasonal doesn't mean you can't use it in an everyday book. It's a beautiful image. So this will be the perfect place to highlight this little card as the backdrop for some of the stamps. So now that we're really into the best part of the layout process, I want to share with you what I think is my number one tip for beginner junk journalers, or, for anybody. I think my number one tip is the more junk, the better. That's what I'm going to call my number one tip. Because as you can see, when we're going through this process, if we had just had the blue stamped background and a few stamps on here, it would not be nearly as interesting to me as a junk journal layout with just a couple of elements. So you can see here, every single stamp that gets put down adds to not only the interest of the page, but to the memory of the page and just the overall aesthetic. And they're not just stamps, they are postmarked. So that's another layer that makes it super interesting. Some of them I just tore out the stamps. Some of them I included more of the postmark that included the city and the state. I did receive packages from all over the country, which is so fun and exciting that I wanted to share some of that on this page, as well as just the stamp images themselves. And we're all junk journalers, so everybody went all out and got really cute, different kind of stamps. Like, some of them look like bottle caps. Those are the kind that I got to put on mine that I sent out, but I did receive a lot of them as well. And so just be mindful when you're just going through your mail, and especially when you're going through friend mail and happy mail from your other, YouTuber friends or anything like that. Or like a birthday with cards and envelopes and things. Just, save anything that aesthetically looks pleasing. For example, this little pink and white here is, well, first of all, I'm going to add the postcard, but that pink and white floral tissue paper laying up above there was just a sack that someone had put all their little goodies in. And I cut open the sack, and I'll be able to use, 2 different pieces of that on different layouts. And so it's just the more junk, the better. And just get you a little basket and just throw it in there. Now, don't save everything. Obviously you can't use everything. And we do want to be sure, this is my downfall, we do want to be sure that we purge after a while, because there's always going to be more cute junk that's available for you to use. But you do have to hang on to some of it, so that when the time comes, you have little interesting pieces like this to put on your page. So, I've just got a little wire basket on my desk in my office here that just says Daily Junk Journal. And I just throw in anything that I think might spark a memory, but especially anything that will spark a little joy. Like when I open it up and I look at it, I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Yes, I want to save a piece of that. I want to save a piece of this gift wrap. I want to save a piece of this tissue paper. I want to save this cute piece of junk mail that came as an advertisement. And I'm going to tear out part of it. So yeah, that's my number one tip is the more junk, the better. Because as you guys are going to see, you're not going to believe how cute this all kind of comes together and turns out in the end. That's the trust the process part. But you really have to have the junk to lay down, the junk to choose from. It could be like little fabric scraps. It could be stickers that you love that you just go buy. But you don't have to buy anything. You can just use, napkins that you pick up, or, little ephemera that you pick up at restaurants or hotels, or, when you go visiting places or vacationing. And just because you were on vacation when you got it doesn't mean you have to use it on a vacation page. You could put it like behind this layout if it looked cute. So yeah, just remember, the more junk, the better. It just gives you an excuse, to hang on for a little while to some of the things that you find so cute and adorable and pretty. You use a little piece of it, but then we'll go on and recycle, or, pay it forward, pass it forward in some friend mail to someone else and make their day, and just give all of that a little more life. Like, one time around isn't going to do it, right? I really appreciate you guys watching the video and being here with me today. If you've enjoyed it, I would love it if you could give it a like. And if you've made it this far, please leave some Fatbird blue and orange hearts in the comments section. And just show me a little love. It does help the videos do better. And, it's summertime. It's hard in the YouTube world in the summer. So I appreciate every view and every like and every comment that you guys are kind enough to give me. This is just a real treat for me. It's just a pleasure. It's fun and relaxing, and I like sharing it with you guys. I think once you find a community, of like-minded people that enjoy the same type of relaxation and the same type of crafting, it just makes it so much fun to share, and to share videos, to share happy mail, just to share the whole process in general. I love the fact that someone cut off this little sticker section of words and sayings to put in their happy mail. I'm going to do that next time, because, you never have enough of those. I think that's so cute. What a great idea. I'm going to end, with some stickers here to just cover up all that extra space, just like we talked about. Stickers are fun to put on last. Because then where your blank spaces are, what needs a little pizzazz, which little corner needs another spot of color, and that's what stickers are perfect for. And I really think that's why everybody loves a good sticker, and they love to get stickers in the mail. It might be fun to try sharing some of your stickers today with a friend in some happy mail. Make somebody's day. Share a little bit of your junk that you've already accumulated that you need to pass on, and make room for some new junk today. Here's one more layer, you guys. We're going to put some washi tape on. Washi tape is fabulous. Also, along with stickers, to do that final bit of zhuzhing up on your page. This makes a composition book a little stronger as well, and not so likely to lose pages and things like that. And also, my stamping didn't quite come to the middle, and so this is going to camouflage that perfectly, the washi tape. So this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for watching. Again, like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and if you have enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate you, And I hope you like this. Let me know what you think. I think it turned out great. Just surprisingly great. So yeah, tell me what you're working on in the comments. Tell me how you like this page. And let me know what kind of journal that you're working on. I love to hear from you guys. And I hope you have a great day. And I hope you stay tuned to see what Fatbird finds next. And we'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye-bye.